and he completed the task. You as young ones, you have challenges every day in the classroom. You have challenges outside the classroom. But if you put your mind to it and say that I can, trust me, you can. When I was a little bitty boy, I used to love to spend the springtime and summertime at my grandmama's house. Now my grandmama, she lived in the housing projects down there in Washington Park, right there on Pitt Street. And during the summertime, me, my brother, two of my other cousins, and my cousin that lived with my grandmama, we used to have a good time in her backyard. Good God Almighty. Now my mama, she used to drop us off. We would walk through the front door, go straight out the back door, and play up until noontime. When it was time to come in and get that thick bologna between two slices of bread and that tall glass of ice water. Oh, we saved Kool-Aid for supper time. But anyway, in that backyard, my grandmama had a picnic table. And at that picnic table, them girls used to make mud pies, and sometimes she would let us take a watermelon and bust it on the table and pull the heart out of it. You know that's the best part of the watermelon. Oh, we had a good time in that backyard. Oh, we played all kind of creative games like 1, 2, 3 red light. Them girls would do hopscotch and double dutch. Us boys, we would pitch the penny. And no, we won't gamble, and I'll tell you about that later. And we loved WWE. Ooh, we would wrestle all in that yard. But one day, we saw these row of trees in the housing project. And behind those rows of trees was a schoolhouse, Washington Park Elementary School. And behind that school was some big old dumpsters. Now me and my cousins, we jumped in those dumpsters. And yeah, we created dumpster diving. Oh yes, we did. And we dove in them dumpsters and we collected all those old discarded library books and math books and went back to that picnic table in the housing project. And we taught ourselves how to read and write and do math. Yeah, we invented summer school too. Oh, yes, we did. Anyway, for some strange reason, all that reading and math we did around the table, I was the only one out of all my cousins who couldn't read too good. So my mama had me held back in the 4th grade. Oh, yes, she did, and good God Almighty, I was mad with my mama. Oh, I was mad with my mama because she had me held back in the 4th grade because I couldn't read too good. So that meant 1 hour out of my playtime during the summer, I had to go to a school teacher house down the street. Now, she had her back room set up like a classroom, with the 1, 2, 3s and the ABCs lined up against the wall. And I had to relearn my Dutch words and phonics and really learn how to read. But you know what? That was the best thing my mama ever done for me. Oh yes, it was. I graduated from high school, and then I graduated from North Carolina Central University with a BA in theater arts. Oh, that was the best thing my mama ever done for me. Well, when it was time for my grandmama to go into town, she would drop us off at her mama's house. Now that was my great-grandmama. Now my great-grandmama, she lived in the housing projects too up on Caledonia Road. Her apartment was right across where Star Bethlehem is now. That used to be a car lot. That used to be a store. Oh, that place used to be a whole lot of things. But anyway, we would get dropped off, and all 5 of us, mischievous, curious great-grandkids, would play in my grandmother's front yard. Now it had a big old oak tree in the middle of it. And it didn't have no grass, it was just a dirt yard. Ooh, we played all kind of creative games. See, we were not like y'all. Y'all like to sit in the house and play them thumb games. Oh, we love fresh air and stuff. We played outside all day long. But anyway, while all 5 of us mischievous, curious great-grandkids played all those creative games in my great-grandmama's front yard, she had a particular routine she would do every day. Now, while we out there playing, my great-grandmama would come out with a straw broom similar to this. She always kept colorful cloth wrapped around the edge of it. Well, we would be out there playing, and my great-grandmother would get in that front yard with a straw broom similar to this, and she would sweep from left to right, right to left. Oh, I believe it was peaceful too, because you could hear her humming songs from church, and she wouldn't say anything to anybody. She just took her time, and as long as it took her, that's how long it took her. Well, When we got in her way, she'll say, y'all go sit on that front porch and don't you move until I tell you to, y'all. We would scramble and we would go sit down on that front porch because we respected our elders and we obeyed our elders. Whenever they told us to do something, oh yeah, we did. Whenever our mamas, daddies, granddaddies, grandmamas, aunts, uncles, even our older cousins told us to do something, oh yeah, we did it. And anyway, my great-grandmama sounded like she had the voice of God. So we were going to sit down on that front porch. Wait, we sit down. She's still in the front yard, sweeping with a straw broom similar to this. We trying to obey that command. We would get antsy, curious. We would kick each other, nudge each other. He hit me, just to see who we could get in trouble. But she wouldn't say a word. She would keep on sweeping with that straw broom. We still trying to obey that command. We would kick each other, nudge each other. She hit me, just to see who we could get in trouble. But she still wouldn't say a word. Well, when she finished, she would be up on the porch with a hand on the hip, admiring all that beautiful work she had done with a straw broom similar to this. She would walk up on the porch, put the broom beside the screen door, and give us one last look to make sure we obeyed that command. Well, she gone through the screen door, and we still sitting there, trying to obey that command. We would kick each other, nudge each other. He hit me, just to see who we could get in trouble. But she never came to that screen door. After a while, my oldest boy cousin, he looked at me, and he looked at that dirt yard, looked at me, looked at that dirt yard, looked at me, looked at that dirt yard, and he said, I dare you. I said, He said, well, I double dare you. Well, whenever he double dared me, I know what I was going to do. Y'all, I walked up to the edge of that porch, and my oldest boy cousin counted. 1, 2, 3. I run down them steps, touch that dirt yard, come back, and I made it in time. My girl cousin checked to see if my great-grandmother was coming, but still there was no sign. After a while, I looked at that dirt yard, I looked at my oldest boy cousin, looked at that dirt yard, looked at my oldest boy cousin, looked at that dirt yard, looked at my oldest boy cousin, and I said, I double dare you. He said, I said, well, I quadruple double dare. Well, whenever I quadruple double dare him, I know he was going to do it. Y'all, he walked to the edge of the porch, and I counted